BAFTA nominations are this weekend. I'm going to predict the winners. Am I going to be right? I'm not that confident, but let's get into it. Best Film, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. I think that's an easy one. I think it's going to be Oppenheimer. It's kind of Oppenheimer's award to lose this award season in general. So I think it's going to be Oppenheimer. And you'll see throughout the list today, I think Oppenheimer's going to go strong. It's going to go pretty strong. Outstanding British Film, All of Us Strangers, How to Have Sex, Napoleon, The Old Oak, Poor Things, Rye Lane, Saltburn, Scrapper, Wonka, The Zone of Interest. I think a few movies have the chance to get this win. I think it's going to be Poor Things. It's kind of like if Oppenheimer wasn't in this race, I feel like Poor Things would be winning a lot more. And I feel like I looked at the history of the BAFTAs for Best British Film. That's a tongue twister. Poor Things kind of like lines into like, the normal winners for this. So I do think it's that. Best Director, Bradley Cooper, Jonathan Glazer, Andrew High, Christopher Nolan, Alexander Payne, Justine Triet. I think it's going to Christopher Nolan. Like I said, I think Oppenheimer's going to sweep through this. If it gets more than what I'm predicting, that I think it has a chance to get everything it's nominated for, which I believe is like 13 nominations. I do think some other ones are going to win, but if they just decided to clean house, I wouldn't be surprised. Best Actor in a Leading Role, Bradley Cooper, Coleman Domingo, Paul Giamatti, Barry Keoghan, Cillian Murphy, T.U. I'm going Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. It's really a two-man race between him and Paul Giamatti. I think if Paul Giamatti gets the BAFTA, I can't say he's definitely winning because Austin Butler won for Elvis and then Brendan Fraser ended up winning. So I think because of the Oppenheimer love, and I think it's a little more of a love in the BAFTAs than the Oscars, because I think the BAFTAs have a better chance of giving Oppenheimer every single award it's nominated for compared to the Oscars, where I do think other things are going to win. It's going to get a lot of awards, but other things are going to win. It's not just going to be Oppenheimer. Could Paul Giamatti pull it through? I do. I think it's a lesser chance here than like the SAG or the Oscars. Best Actress in a Leading Role, Fantasia Barrino, Sandra Hüller, Carey Mulligan, Vivian Oprah, Margot Robbie, Emma Stone. I think it's going to be Emma Stone. If Lily Gladstone was in here, I have a tougher time deciding. But because she's snubbed, I'm thinking it's Emma Stone. Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Robert Downey Jr., Robert De Niro, Jacob Elordi, Ryan Gosling, Paul Mescal, Dominic Sessa. I think it's Robert Downey Jr., like I said. One, an Oppenheimer love for the BAFTAs, I feel like, this year. And two, he's been kind of winning everything. There's not that one movie that's not Oppenheimer that, the British Academy might lean towards more than the regular Academy. So that's why I'm still going Oppenheimer, because sort of Oppenheimer is that movie both in one. And no one else has been winning. So I bet against Robert Downey Jr. enough times to say now I can't bet against him. But I also was betting against him with someone who's not even on the list and not even on the list for the Oscars. But I learned my lesson. I'm not betting against Robert Downey Jr. Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks, Claire Foy, Sandra Hüller, Rosamund Pike, Davine Joy Randolph. I think it's going to be Davine Joy Randolph. Like, really, it can't be. She hasn't lost a thing, so, I can't bet against her. But I have seen some people, and I was thinking about this myself when I was predicting the winners or putting my list together. If they're really in love with Oppenheimer BAFTAs night and they're just giving it everything, there's a chance Emily Blunt can get the win. I can't bet against those odds of Davine Joy Randolph winning everything and then not winning the BAFTA. I just can't. I don't see it. So I'm going with Davine Joy Randolph with a possible snub of Emily Blunt. Best Original Screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Maestro, Past Lives. I'm going with Anatomy of a Fall. It won Golden Globe for Best Screenplay. It didn't win for Critics' Choice, but it wasn't nominated. I'm thinking this is Anatomy of a Fall's win for a lot of the awards, is the screenplay. If it does win anything else, it's going to get screenplay. So that's why I'm picking that. Best Adapted Screenplay, All of Us Strangers, American Fiction, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. This was the one I was not really confident about. One of the three that I really wasn't confident about. I had a lot of different things, and then I was like, you know what? They're going to love Oppenheimer, and they're going to give a lot to Oppenheimer. If they give Emily Blunt Best Supporting Actress, they're definitely giving it Best Adapted Screenplay. But I still think without an Emily Blunt win, they are giving it a Best Adapted Screenplay. Just, I can't say it enough. I think they're going to go crazy for Oppenheimer. And I could be wrong. I could be putting all my eggs in one basket with a few other movies and with a few other eggs in some other movie baskets. But I do feel strongly, and I've seen some other stuff that supports this, that they're just going to be like, I love Oppenheimer, take my awards. So, Oppenheimer is the choice I'm going with. Best Animated Feature, The Boy and the Heron, Chicken Run, The Dawn of the Nugget, Elemental, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm going with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Could The Boy and the Heron get it? Yes. I don't know. This one's still kind of up in the air. I can't put my finger on it yet. I don't feel confident about it. I think Spider-Verse is getting it. They really liked the first one, and they awarded that in 2018. So I'm just going based off that. Yes, Boy and the Heron won Golden Globes, but I feel like there's still a bigger buzz around Spider-Verse. So could be either one of those, but I'm choosing Spider-Verse. Best Documentary, 20 Days of Miracle, American Symphony, Beyond Utopia, still a Michael J. Fox movie, and Wham. I don't know what's winning this. I don't feel confident about anything in this category. It could be anything, but I am putting my bet on 20 Days of Miracle because that's kind of the consensus. Could something else win? Sure. Could this win? Sure. I am not confident. Best film not in the English language, 20 Days of Miracle, Anatomy of a Fall, Past Lives, Society of the Snow, The Zone of Interest. It's going to be Anatomy of a Fall. For what the Oppenheimer is for most awards and like how they're going to give it to Oppenheimer, Anatomy of a Fall is for foreign film. I don't see them not giving it to it. And like, yes, the Oscars, it's not in there because it didn't get nominated. So yes, obviously something else is going to get it. But for everything else, I feel like it's the award to lose. It just really, it hasn't lost a lot, and there's still buzz, and they're still saying like this is like amazing, and it's just like the buzz is much higher than any other ones. If Anatomy of a Fall wasn't in there, it'd be a different story, but that's literally like you can say that about anything. So I have to put Anatomy of a Fall for this. Best casting, All of Us Strangers, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, How to Have Sex, Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm not really confident on this one either. I'm going with All of Us Strangers because I really don't know. I was looking at the past history of the awards, the nominations, the wins. I just am confused. So I kind of just took a bet and ran with it. Best Cinematography, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. Gonna continue saying this. It's an Oppenheimer night. Giving it to Oppenheimer. Best Costume Design, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. This is one of the ones I don't think Oppenheimer's getting. I think it's between Poor Things and Barbie. I had Barbie, but then I'm changing it because now I feel like certain below the line categories, if it's not Oppenheimer, it's Poor Things. So I am giving it to Poor Things. Best Editing, Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. Giving it to Oppenheimer. It's just one of those things where it's like it hasn't been missing, and I don't think it's going to start now. Best Makeup and Hair, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. I think it's going to be Poor Things. Best Original Score, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Saltburn, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse. It's getting a little repetitive, but I think it's going to be Oppenheimer. Best Production Design, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. Okay, I, in my gut, feel like it's Barbie. But I'm not. I literally have Barbie right here, but I'm changing it right now as I record this. I think it's going to be Poor Things. If Oppenheimer wasn't in the race, Poor Things would be getting a lot more than I think it is currently. Barbie, I feel like, was the front runner for production design, but I feel like some of the guilds have come out and they've given it to Poor Things. So that's why I'm like, maybe it's going to be Poor Things. So I'm putting in Poor Things, but by tomorrow, or by the time this video is out, my mind could be back at Barbie. But right now I'm putting Poor Things. Best Sound, Ferrari, Maestro, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, Zone of Interest. Zone of Interest has some wild sound and I can see it winning. I just think you're going to give it to Oppenheimer. I just think this is one of those years where there is going to be a sweep. And I could be watching this back on Monday and rewatching this video and being like, shit, I was wrong about everything. But I said that in the beginning of the video. The BAFTAs are very confusing for me this year. I really couldn't. Yes, Oppenheimer. I feel like the Oppenheimer ones I am correct about. Other than that, I technically could be wrong. I feel more confident about some than others, but here we are. I don't know. It's all up to chance. That is the video. Best Special Effects, The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Napoleon, Poor Things. I've been seeing a lot about Napoleon, not sure why. Haven't seen it, so I can't speak about it. But I just think it's going to be Poor Things. I think they would give it to Poor Things over Napoleon. I just have that feeling about it. But like I just had my little rant 5 seconds ago, I'm not sure. But right now I'm doing Poor Things. And then the EE Rising Star Award, Phoebe Deniver, Ayo Adirbi, Jacob Elordi, Mia McKenna Bruce, and Sophie Wilde. I am between Ayo Adirbi and Jacob Elordi. I'm going with Jacob Elordi just because I feel like the BAFTA has recognized his movie more than like Ayo Adirbi's work. So I'm going with Jacob Elordi because like he even got a nomination for Saltburn, so I feel like that would be like his win instead of best actor. Or best supporting actor. So yeah, going with Jacob Elordi. I'm gonna wrap it up before I stop babbling because the more I think about it, the more I want to change some things, and I just gotta go with my gut. And so these are the movies that I think are gonna win the 2024 BAFTAs. I will find out this weekend. You will find out this weekend. Let's see if I'm right. Let me know your thoughts and who you think's gonna win down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Cheers.